We also, of course, want to show the comments that belong to a post. And we might want to show the comments above this comment form below the post content. And therefore, we of course need to make sure that in the view where we fetch our post data, we also fetch the comments related to the post. That thankfully isn't too difficult though, because we did set up our comment model such that it points at a post and sets up a related name of comments, which means that on a given post, we can use the comments property to fetch all the comments related to that post. Therefore, in views py, when we set the context for the template, we can add a comments field here to the context and just use post.comments.all to fetch all the comments related to this post. We do this here and also down here if we should represent this post again in case of a failed validation. And that should be all to get the comments into the template. Now in the template, we want to render them. So here below main, so below the main post content, I'll add a new section above the comment form. And I'll give this section an ID of comments. And here, the idea really is to show all the comments. So there I want to have an unordered list, and then I want to loop through all the comments. So here we can go through all the comments by using a for tag and going through the comments in comments. And then, of course, ending for here. And then we want to output list items here. And in each list item, we present a comment. So here we then could have a h2 tag where we output the username of the comment, so the name of the person who wrote the comment, with comment.user_name, because in our comment model, that's where we store that name. And then below that name, I also output the comment text. So here I have comment.text, and I will also add the line breaks filter to keep any line breaks that might have been entered. With that, if we save all our files and reload, we see our comments here. Now before we work on the styling, there is something I want to work on first though. If I add a new comment from Maximilian, like this, does this work? It should. If I save this comment, I do see that comment, but it's the last comment here. Maybe we want to order it in the opposite direction so that the latest comment is shown at the top, basically. Now, for this, we could edit our model to also store the date when a comment was added, and that might in general be a good idea. But that's something you can do. I instead will simply utilize the ID, which is automatically added for every comment. This ID is incrementing automatically anyways, so a newer comment will have a higher ID. Therefore, in views py, where we fetch all comments, I will simply go to comments and call all, but then I'll call order by and order by ID, but in a descending order, so that higher IDs and therefore more recent comments are put to the top of this list of comments. And we also want to do this down there. By the way, I'm doing a lot of copy and pasting here. Of course, we could refactor this part into a comment function if we wanted to, into a method of this view class, for example. But for the moment, I'll keep it like this. Change the ordering, and if we now reload, you see Maximilian is now at the top here, so the more recent comment is at the top. And that's what I want here. Now, with that, let's again work on the styling here. And as always, it's of course generally up to you how you want to style this. I will just show you some example styles I come up with. And as always, you're also going to find the finished styles attached. To be precise, attached to the next lecture, because that is where we will dive into styling the comments.